there's a celebrity in the kitchen.
It's celebrity season on Creative Cooking. Now, let's look in on today's celebrity guest.
Hi, Maisie.
Welcome to Creative Cooking.
Thank you for having me.
Can you imagine taking on the cold of Antarctica? That's exactly what Kim-Marie Spence, my special guest, that's what she did.
It was amazing, but then I got frostbite along the way, so I ended up having to turn back, which was disappointing, but I went to Antarctica, which in and of itself is its own accomplishment.
But you went about 1/3 of the competition, eh?
Yeah, but you know, dealing with frostbite is a whole other learning experience. I had to come home, and I must say, one of the greatest disappointments was the fact that no black woman has actually done that trek to the South Pole yet. So I know my Ghanaian teammate we're trying to pull together to see if we can actually get that done.
No, you're cooking for us today. Tell us what you're cooking.
Well, today I'm cooking lentil pasta with some garlic bread on the side. Let me start off. I mean, here we have the lentils, and one of the things you want to do is actually cook the lentils beforehand so that it's nice and soft and will mix with the rest of the ingredients. So here we have the scallion, the thyme, garlic, onions, celery, ginger, and some pimento, you know, the Jamaican allspice. So we put all the lentils in the pot.
Yes.
We're just going to just crush the thing because we're trying to get the juices flowing.
So you put the scallion and add that.
Right, so you're just adding everything, and then we're just going to put the boiling water on top of it.
You have thyme, right?
I mean, you know, the reality is if you decide that you don't want to go the pasta route, you could stop here and make soup.
Of course, sure. Or a stew.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. So, you know, there are many options from the same starting point as I learned from Creative Cooking, watching it myself.
Oh, you learned from Creative Cooking?
I am a big fan, and in high school, this program taught me the basics of cooking.
I thank you for sharing with us. Thank you.
Try not to spill any of it.
Okay.
So here we have this going, and this should actually take about 10 to 15 minutes. The smell alone of all the herbs and spices. Amazing.
Good.
The next step now is actually once the lentils are cooked, we're going to basically use these already cooked lentils in a kind of stir fry. Here you see that we have garlic, onions, scallion, Scotch bonnet pepper, and different colors of sweet pepper, so that we can, you know, you want the food to look good. You're likely to eat more of it when it looks good and it's colorful, etc., and some black pepper.
Kim, the lentil should be cooked now.
And you can see it. Wow. I mean, they're soft. You can, and if you were here with us in the kitchen, you'd smell exactly.
I think you're making an ital stew, you know.
So what we're going to do is just, we no longer have need for this part, so we're going to move it over. Okay. And get ready for the stir fry part of our dish. Okay. Here we have chopped garlic. I mean, I am a garlic fan.
I am too.
I think that has been one of the things from travels that I've gained the most respect for. Japan, India as well, and even the Middle East, garlic has a flavoring as just a general healthy. It's just seen as healthy. I think we could use more garlic, actually.
Yes, I think very
And
healthy.
I tend to use my garlic. I tend to use garlic as opposed to garlic powder.
Yes, very natural. And tell me a little about your travels.
There was a stint in Israel. Yeah. So I actually lived in Nazareth near Mary's Well. So
wow.
that was impressive for about a week. I was all agog. I live in Nazareth beside Mary's Well. And then, all right, it's hot.
Yes, you can add, yes.
Then what I usually got to know is like onions, because you know, you want the onions translucent, etc. So today I guess I'm going for a fresher garlic taste instead of the roasted garlic. I'm adding the onions from now. Be careful, you know, the oil is hot.
Yes.
You have the scallion.
Okay.
This is Scotch bonnet pepper.
Okay.
Now, again, this depends on taste. Some people like less pepper, some people like no pepper, etc. I am about halfway in that spectrum.
That's about a half teaspoon.
Then, you know, you can add, again, ginger. Ginger is an optional one. You try to kind of break it up. You can even remove it halfway through the process instead of biting into ginger.
You
No,
want
it
to
depends
really
on
have
your
the release
ginger
of flavor there.
Exactly. It depends on your love of ginger. You can see already that some of the garlic is nice and brown.
And you're adding green, yellow, and red peppers.
Yes, you know, colors. Rastafarian colors, but that's not why I'm using
No,
them.
these are what the Jamaican farmer has, and you're using them.
And you always want as colorful a preparation as possible. As I say, I think the prettier it looks, the more likely you are to entice other people to eat it, because you know you do have a whole notion here in Jamaica that if there is no meat, it's not good.
Oh,
so you have to make it as palatable as possible. And now we add our lentils.
So this can actually be turned off, eh?
Yeah, we can turn off the fire under this.
Okay.
Now, again, depends on you. I like it a little drier because you can add more water using the needle or add less water.
And you studied at Oxford?
Yeah.
What was your course of study?
I did development studies with a focus on anthropology. Amazing. When you're in Oxford, just the kind of access to resources that you have. I mean, we even had the diaries of planters from Jamaican slave plantations back in the day, so you could read that directly. So those are the kind of resources they have. Amazing experience. So not just the course itself, but just Oxford. Just to make a note that I'm adding some black pepper. Okay. Again, taste.
I'm going back to Antarctica, you know. What was the training like? What did it entail?
Did a lot of strength training with Juliet Cuthbert. Okay. Did a lot of endurance training, trekking. I went to Blue Mountain maybe 3 times in a year. And then even hiking with another friend of mine, Adam Hyde. On one day, I remember everybody else went to Ocho-Rios to the beach, and we were hiking from Norbrook straight up to Holywell. That was what we did for the day.
So you're ready to play.
Right.
I could help you around here.
So for our purposes, what we're going to do is just ladle it on top.
Wow.
I'm going to actually garnish it with some tomato.
Again, on the Antarctica trip, what is their diet like?
In Antarctica, one of your biggest considerations is whether it will freeze or not, and is it difficult to eat. So you want easy food. So I ate a lot of chocolate, a lot of nuts, a lot of gummy bears. It's high calorie, easy to eat.
Yes, high energy.
Right, and then in the mornings we'd have porridge. You know, best way to start a day, and at night pasta, and then we're garnishing with the tomatoes. Now there are different ways. You can just spread it out on top, which is what I'm going to do. You could make patterns with it, etc. It's up to you
entirely. Right?
We are using mozzarella cheese here. You can use cheddar.
Okay. What's the best thing you took away from that visit to Antarctica?
There are a number of levels, you know. One of the things I think, strangely enough, this was the mental fortitude that's required. This is our dish, so you'll find. I mean, you can get the parts that are sticking out, but you see that we have the brown and the different colors of our scallion, etc. Yes. Then we have the cheese on top and the diced tomatoes, and that's why you dice it up, so also the flexibility there. Then we have our garlic bread. It's just so flexible, and it's so healthy for you because all the spices, all the herbs, lentils, healthy meal that actually tastes good.
It was indeed a pleasure having you in the kitchen. I thoroughly enjoyed working with you.
Thank you for having me here, so I can tell my brother I was actually on the show.
We have to invite you to come again. I hope time will allow you.
I hope so.
Hope you enjoyed the show and that you look in every Tuesday and Friday evening at 7:50 p.m. on CVM TV as our Jamaican celebrities show off their culinary skills on creative cooking.